My name is Jules Weldon, and I am a co-founder and CEO of OME Gear.
And my name is Stace Pierce, and I'm also a co-founder and CEO of OME Gear.
So OME Gear stands for Ocean plus Mountains equals Earth, or Outdoors Made Easy. And it is an outdoor gear company where we invent really innovative, kind of transforming products for the outdoor space, especially since COVID. This started before COVID, but especially since COVID, where everybody has the desire now to be outside more, which is amazing. Our company, OME Gear, is speaking to that, right? So we're trying to provide products to help make getting outside easier.
So the flagship product for OME Gear is called the Wanderer. It's a 5-in-1. It's a cart or a hauler that holds up to 150 pounds of gear. And then once you get there, you have the option to have a comfortable seat, either a lounge chair, a camping cot, high off the ground camping type chair, or a low to the ground beach chair.
The original concept from what OME Gear is built on came from my mom and dad 23 years ago. So they were sitting on the beach in Bethany Beach, Delaware, and they saw a single woman with 3 kids coming off the beach, and they were all miserable. And they looked and they said, gosh, going to the beach should never be a hard experience. There's 6 kids in our family. And so they understood having to carry a ton of stuff somewhere. And so they actually went back into their condo, napkin sketched out, kind of the typical American dream, like napkin sketched out this lounger that if you flipped it up, it became a dolly. And they thought, if this woman had this product, it would be a much different experience for her. And so my dad got it patented. He tried to take it to market, and like a lot of inventors, just couldn't figure out how to actually take it to market. And so it sat on the shelf for 12 years. So fast forward now to 2010, I was working for one of the big 4 consulting firms in the world and got tired of working 80 hours a week for somebody else. I enjoyed my job, but I just needed something more. And so at 1:30 in the morning, I thought about my mom and dad's invention. I think I was just dumb enough to think I could do it and just smart enough to think maybe I could do it, right? It's kind of like that weird mix. But I called up my dad at 8:30 that morning, and this is one of those moments that like you'll never ever forget. I called up my dad, who is one of my and our now heroes, and I just said, hey dad, what would you think if I tried to take your product to market? In that moment, my dad started crying. And he said, honey, that would be a dream come true. He said, you can have everything. So he assigned the patent over to me. He gave me his drawings. And so we ended up just kind of moonlighting doing this. And one of our clients was a manufacturer in North Carolina. So we approached them about being our contract manufacturer with just this concept. We didn't have a company. And they said, we love your product so much, we would like to buy a majority share of your company. So they ended up giving us a lot of money for this concept and kept us on. And long story short, it turned out to not be a good partnership. Our values just didn't align, and values to Stace and I are everything. And so I ended up walking away from that, my own company, and they dissolved that in 2018. But in about 2016, 2017, Stace and I looked at each other and we just said, man, nobody has taken this idea, this concept of a transformer. And so we said, what if we completely redesign it using the consumer feedback from the former iterations and take it to market the right way, which in our mind was, we don't give up control. And it's not about control, it's about this is our baby. We are incredibly passionate about this, and we want to take it to market the way that we think we can really be successful. So that's what we did.
So we tried to make the Wanderer as sustainable as possible. As little plastics as we can, and if we can use recycled plastics, we've tried to use recycled plastics. But mostly it's aluminum and steel and plastic, and then our fabric. And so our fabric is a sunbrella type fabric. You know, it's UV resistant and weather resistant. We've tried to make it as quality, because one of the things that we saw being beachgoers is at the end of the summer, there was always a pile of junk at the end of the beach. You know, this is just going into landfill, so let's make it a quality product and use things that are gonna be sustainable to our environment.
So we were able to raise the first money to get us going through friends and family. But then you get to a point where that network, it comes to an end, right? No matter how big your network is. So then we ended up cashing in our 401ks, And then we ended up maxing out our credit cards. And then we got to a point where we're like, okay, we need more money. And the only main resource that we had left was our house. And we had a good bit of equity in our house. And so we looked at each other one day and we said, well, how much do we believe in this company? And we both agreed, we're all in. The housing market was booming. We put our house on the market, and literally the day we put it on the market, it sold. We've had to piecemeal this funding together. But we have had people step up and believe in this and believe in us. And we've had a team that has rallied around us who believes in this with everything in them. The momentum has shifted and really good things are happening. And now people are coming to us, asking us if they can invest in our company. So the tides have turned, and it's a really incredible thing to watch because we've not given up.
I'm Stace, and this is Jules.
And these are our notes on innovation.